if you wonder about my makeup, tomorrow, I did it today, but I just did it, but I'm going to show it tomorrow. It's the 3-product challenge, and my 3 products were concealer, foundation, and lipstick. And you should go see the before. It's pretty horrifying. I would love to have the rest of it, but that's the challenge. Only 3. You can't have more than 3. Alrighty. It is Fun Facts Friday, so let's do some interesting fun facts. In the 19th century, you could purchase a safety coffin. A coffin equipped with bells, flags, and air tubes to help people avoid being buried alive, or at least allay their fears that they could be buried alive. Oh, that's just awful. I think I want to be cremated because just the idea of, I know I'm going to be dead, I'm going to be up in heaven, I'm not going to know, but it still creeps me out, the idea of being in this little coffin with dirt on top of me. No can do. I'd rather be cremated. The kids can put me, throw my ashes out in the pasture or something, or whatever they want to do with them, but I don't think I want a coffin. Yeah, this shows I'm not the only one that's creeped out by it. If they put all these bells and whistles to avoid being, I'm not afraid of being buried alive. I don't know, it just creeps me out. Let's get on a little brighter tablet. That's a little morbid. Let's see what we have that might be a little brighter. Scotland's national animal is the unicorn. You would think it would be the Loch Ness Monster. I don't understand the unicorn thing. I don't know. I don't know if that's true even. That's just kind of weird. The Library of Congress regularly receives requests for books that don't exist. The most common request is the President's Book of Secrets, which is, in the context of most requests, is a fictional title mentioned in the 2007 movie National Treasure, Book of Secrets. In 2016, a 2016 book with the same title by David Prius explores the history of intelligence briefings prepared for U.S. presidents. But yeah, people think that President's Book of Secrets is a real deal, but they just made it up for the movie. It'd be kind of cool, though. Let's see what else we have. The Muslim fasting rules for the month of Ramadan apply to water, too. Observants cannot drink water between dawn and dusk. And I think it's like a long time, like 5 days, 7 days. I don't know. It's quite a while that they totally fast from dawn to dusk, including water. I would get really thirsty. Although, you can do it. I was in the hospital for 4 months with nothing by mouth. My lips would get so dry and everything because I couldn't have even a sip of water. I had an IV, of course, giving me fluids, but yeah, your mouth gets really dry from not drinking, and you get so thirsty. Even though you're hydrated, you're still thirsty. Your mouth wants the feel. It's illegal to own only one guinea pig in Switzerland. They get lonely. Anybody have guinea pigs? We never had guinea pigs. We had rats once. My kids had rats. And they were a pain. They chewed on the curtains, and they would stink because the kids wouldn't clean them out well enough. And you put anything near their cage and they'd chew it up. And my sister at the time, I had just gotten separated and couldn't really make ends meet. So my sister moved in to help me. And she got sick of them. And one day she went and let them out at the creek. My kids were so mad. But I would have given them away to somebody. But yeah, she just had it and went and let them loose at the creek. I'm sure they survived just fine. Rats are pretty resourceful. I'm not sure why I let them get rats. That's just, yeah. But that's better than snakes, I guess. Then with snakes, you got to get mice to feed the snakes sometimes, depending on the snake. So, alrighty, on April 14th, this is for my grandson's calendar, and it's April 14th. On April 14th, 1910, William Howard Taft became the first president to throw out a ceremonial first pitch at the Washington Senators opening day in the Major League Baseball tradition that has continued for more than 100 years. I wonder if Biden did that. Oh, I guess baseball hasn't started yet. That ought to be interesting. He's pretty old. I don't think he could get a pitch over the plate. Not sure I could either. So I'm pretty old too. Scientists aren't sure why we yawn. Did I make you yawn? It's contagious somehow. One theory is that it may help us regulate body temperature. That's interesting. But I don't know. If you see other people yawn, do you have to yawn? I always do. And even talking about it now, I feel like I have to yawn. It's all psychosomatic, I think. Right, I try and do 10 of these. Let's see how many we've done. I never remember to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3 more. All right. Hope they're good ones. 19th century British doctor George Merriweather believed leeches could predict the weather. His tempest prognosticator, displayed at the Great Exhibition in 1851, failed to catch on. You think? I'm going to put a leech on me to suck my blood to find out whether it's going to rain or not? I don't think so. Yuck. Ew, that's just... Hope we have something a little happier here. What do we got? In 1980, Pablo Escobar's Medellin cartel was spending up to $2,500 a month on rubber bands just to hold all their cash. Now that's a lot of drugs. I mean, you probably got a stack of hundreds worth $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, something like that for each rubber band times $2,500 per month. They were raking in the money with selling drugs to us, just ruining our country. I think we broke up that cartel, but there's a lot of other ones out there. It's just sad. But these are just bummers this time. Sometimes they're funny and happy, but these are kind of, hopefully this last one. Okay, depending on your persuasion, what you think about this particular thing, you might really like this one. In 1777, Frederick the Great issued an official statement urging his subjects to drink beer instead of coffee. Now, I don't drink either one, but if you're a beer drinker, you're like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. If you're a coffee drinker, you'd be like, no way, I need my coffee. Beer doesn't have caffeine in it. I don't like either one. You know, as a teenager, I didn't even try, usually that's the thing when you're a teenager is to go out drinking and stuff. And I'm one of those that I tried it, didn't like it, just never did it again. And when I lived in Northern California where all the wineries are, everybody, well, you just haven't had the right wine. You'll like this wine. No, I won't. I don't like the taste of alcohol. I like a virgin margarita or daiquiri. I like the slushy part, but I don't like it if it's got that booze in it. I don't like, like rum-filled candies or rum cake or any of that. I just don't like the taste of alcohol at all. And same with coffee. I don't like mocha, this or that. I just don't like the taste of coffee. Most people say, oh, it smells so good. No, I don't even like the smell. I just don't like coffee. So I don't take coffee. I'd make a good Mormon. They don't do either one of those things. But mine has nothing to do with religion. It has to do with personal taste. One time, I worked at this company and they had this dinner and they were trying to woo some clients, and this just horrifies me that they were trying to woo clients with this behavior. They had 2 long tables and they started having a drinking competition, and they would do things like take a little shot glass and light it on fire and stick their fingers in it and drink and knocking back different drinks and stuff. And I wasn't participating, and the guy at my table, one of the guys at my table, he was like a marketing guy or something, and he's like, well, you need to participate in blah, blah, blah. And I told him, and this is true, but this isn't why I don't drink. I said I had half my liver removed and I'm not supposed to drink. And that shut him down, shut him up, made him feel like this big. But I could have been an alcoholic for all he knows. He didn't know why I didn't drink. And that was just very offensive for him to try and pressure me to drink, because he didn't know. I could have had I did have a good reason why I didn't drink, but, being like an alcoholic or something, that would have been unfair pressure. So he was like a jerk. But that horrified me, is doing this kind of stuff in front of somebody you're trying to woo as a client. That's just was so unprofessional. I just couldn't believe it. How did I get off on this topic? Oh, beer. I have another beer story. We had a neighbor up the street that he had the worst allergies. I mean, just really bad. And he eventually found out he was allergic to hops. And he couldn't drink beer anymore because he was a real, watching a football game or something, drinking his beer. And when he found out he was allergic to hops, he was like, no. Because hops is in beer, so that was the end of his beer drinking. Poor guy. Alrighty, well, I hope this ended on a little happier note, little chuckle at the poor guy's expense. Yeah, these fun facts were kind of depressing. Hopefully this next batch for not next week, but in 2 weeks, is not quite as depressing, because some of those were kind of gory. Alrighty then, it's Friday. You have a wonderful weekend. I appreciate you all. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I just looked today. We're 11 away from 400, and I had a BoxyCharm box full of goodies, and I had to transfer it into a Luxury Diva box, which is bigger because of all the goodies I have. And then I'm like, this is really heavy. So then I put it in one of those, the medium-sized postal boxes, got the set 15.50 or whatever charge to ship it, because it was so heavy, full of stuff. So 11 more subscribers and I'll do that giveaway with all of that stuff. And there's a lot in there. So if you're interested in getting a lot of stuff and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I have wonderful weather out. I have to go out and take a walk or something. It's supposed to be 84 today. So that's beautiful weather. I've got short sleeves on. Of course, I got black on. I mean, black's okay when it's in the 80s. When it gets to be 100, you don't want to wear black. Last summer, we didn't have too bad of days over 100. One summer, it was years ago when I first moved here, I was like horrified. I think we had 106 days straight over 100, something like that. It was bad. Oh, excuse me. So you go out and have fun. Hope your weather's beautiful spring, summerish weather. It's almost time for me to start doing, I used to go to the gym and do water aerobics, but it's like a half hour away and for a 50-minute class. So it's an hour round trip for 50 minutes of water aerobics. I have a pool out back. So I decided I'm just not going to do that anymore. I'm just going to either do a water aerobics, because I've done them for years. I know what you're supposed to do. Or swim laps or something, get some exercise in the pool, but it's not quite warm enough. Maybe June-ish, it'll get warm enough, but right now it's still pretty cold. Because, just a couple days ago we had 60-degree weather, so it's not quite there yet. We have to have a few days up in the late 80s and 90s at least to get the water to warm up, because it's not a heated pool. So I can't wait to paddle. I'm not much of a swimmer, but I don't do the whole thing. I keep my head up out of the water because I don't want my ears getting water in them. I get like ear infections. So I'm kind of an awkward swimmer, but I can swim and it's good exercise. So off I go in another month. I hope y'all have getting towards that wonderful warm weather, but not the too warm weather. Happy Friday. Please subscribe. Get us up to that 400 so we can have that giveaway. 11 more you need to subscribe, and that's it. Send some of your friends my way. We just need 11 more. That'd be great. I will see you all soon.